Good morning. It is 6:53 a.m. on Tuesday, January 7th, 2020. When I woke up at the alarm this morning, I found myself ready to rise and awake and rested. But I was all of me deceived, for I am actually still very sleepy, and it only took trying to actually accomplish something that required mental acuity for me to realize the tragic deception that had befallen me. It's a bummer. Um, yeah, I don't know. It was kind of strange just because I did sort of feel like, oh, yeah, gosh, I'm feeling pretty good this morning. But, like, the minute I kind of tried to sit down and say, okay, now I'm going to talk. I'm fine, really. I didn't even stay up late. I'm awesome, really. It's just that my brain's not awake yet. I mean, getting there. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. So I'm starting, as I mentioned yesterday, to make a little bit of a checklist of things that I still have to do before it's time to bring puppy home. Now, some of those things absolutely would need to be done like in advance, and then some of them probably could be kind of under control, like the idea of having to completely puppy proof every single part of the apartment is probably not needed when the plan is to be home for those first 2 weeks, where I will be able to essentially have the puppy more or less 100% supervised. But also, more likely is that until the housebreaking really kind of kicks in, puppy's going to have only very limited access to some parts of the apartment. Because, of course, it's just, you build up to those things. And so what that means is that for some of that stuff, there's time. But things like making sure I have some food available, making an appointment with the vet to have a first checkup, making sure I have a collar, and making sure I, know where to go to get the puppy, like stuff like that. And it's good. It's good. Excuse me. Yesterday after work, unrelated to puppy business, I met with the guys that I'm going to be playing an in-person D&D game with. And I'm still excited about that. I mean, I've played tabletop games in person before, but, it's generally just been like one-shots and that sort of thing. And so I'm excited to try to play a longer game that way, because I love playing the games online the way most of my games tend to go. The internet is a remarkable tool in that respect to allow me to connect with friends who don't necessarily live nearby. It's easier for everyone to get their schedules together. And even from there, when you have everybody on a screen, you can kind of look everybody in the face all at once instead of around the table where you kind of have to choose who you're looking at. But but there's also something special about being there in person, and we're kind of all developing our characters and building up the backstory, and it's good stuff. I'm looking forward to that. It's exciting. But in the meantime, just kind of plugging along. I had thought that maybe this week was going to be real busy for work, but it turns out just schedule stuff has kind of pushed that stuff to next week. So this week is, going to be ordinary. Next week is going to be very busy for me. And that's cool. I mean, it's fine. That happens. I'm not complaining. I'm just looking ahead to like when I'm going to have more time to do stuff and when I won't. But yeah, so I'm kind of just plugging along. You know, one step in front of the other. One ring to throw into the fires of Mount Doom. You know, got to get to Mount Doom. Got to make sure you have the ring. Got to make sure that you have someone to carry you when you can't carry the burden anymore. Yeah. All right. I'm going to talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.